Hi everyone, my name is Loïc Marleix. I'm a French independent designer, and today I would like to present my personal research on the lovers communication system. I would like to thank you first, Silicon.stanford, for letting a space for experimental talks like mine, a niche de la niche talk, and thank you for staying after this wonderful 2 days of conference. Please don't leave. This presentation will explain you what the lover communication is, its inventor, and how it works. I will also share the process I began 2 years ago to digitize it and the platform I created for learning and playing with it. So what is Locos? The lover's communication system is a constructed language like Esperanto, for example, invented by the Japanese designer Yuki Ota. The name, abbreviated in Locos, aimed at creating an easy to learn, easy to write and read, easy to read language, an international bridge between people and their culture. Unlike Esperanto, written with Latin characters, Locos is a pictorial language constructed with simple symbols, ideograms, and pictograms, where you can combine those to make new symbols and sentences. Some people will do a parallel with Bliss Symbolics, maybe the most popular constructed pictorial writing system created earlier by Charles Bliss. But the main difference in Ota's creation is that each shape in Locos convey a meaning, but also a sound, a way of reading it. Before explaining how it works in details, I think it's really essential to understand where it comes from and to rediscover its creator and a part of design history in Japan. So who is Yuki Ota? Born in Japan in 1939, Yuki Ota discovered graphic design at a young age while surrounded by symbols and colors in his family's kimono shop. The only books there were family crest symbol catalogs. He later pursued a design scholarship at Tama Art University near Tokyo. He will learn with brilliant people at this time, as the two pillars of the university are Yusui Sugihara and Hayao Yamana. Sugihara was one of the pioneers of modern graphic design in Japan. He produced many packaging design and posters. Ota will learn minimalism and design simplification with him. Another pillar of the university was Hayao Yamana. He was also a pioneer of modern graphic design, and he is mainly known for having modernized the design of the Japanese cosmetic brand Shiseido. After 4 years studying at Tama University, he received a letter of recommendation from Professor Yamana to study abroad in Italy. While studying in Venice, he will take the opportunity to travel around Italy by foot. He will experience the barrier of communication as a young Japanese going around rural Italy. The story is the introduction of the Locos book. During this year, he will get passionate about language system and communication and will learn as much as he can on this subject. The same year marks the Tokyo Olympics, where pictograms will be first used to communicate without words in an international event. The design director of this event, Katsumi Masaru, will be the mentor of Yuki Ota. The country will modernize its infrastructure from inaccessible and hard to recognize kanji road signs in the 50s to easy to understand symbols and pictograms in the 60s. Both events will inspire Ota to explore universal language the years after. Back from Italy, he will start to teach at a newly created Tokyo Zokei University, a new kind of university created by the Japanese fashion designer Yoko Kuwasawa, inspired by Boros and Walter Gropius she met 10 years ago. In this school, full of talented lecturers like Masaru Katsumi, the design director of the Olympics, that Ota will start his career and create his first course about pictogram design in Japan and maybe in the world, emoji, ekotoba, pictogrammo. At the same time, he will do a lot of research on symbols, pictogram, and he will start to construct locos. He will then start to show it in different places and events and will be invited to present his creation at UNESCO Council of Design Congress in Vienna, ICOREDA. Many people will be impressed. This event will be a stepping stone for him and will result in half a year of lecture and event worldwide. The Japanese editor Kodansha will propose Ota to publish a first book about locos, 300 pages, made by hand to explain the complete system. Many press talked about locos worldwide at this time. After the publication of the book, he will work on two other different projects. The first one would need a conference on its own. Around the same period, Japan will have massive building fires with 2 department stores going up in smoke with around 200 casualties. Fire safety infrastructure must be modernized. A design contest will be organized to create a new exit sign symbol in the building. Ota will not participate, but will run out many tests to select finalists over the 3,000 participants and refine the winner proposal. Ota will propose this new Japanese standard sign to the International Standard Organization, looking for a new recommendation as well. He will compete with a Soviet design, win, and will be standardized in 1987. Invited in the East-West Center in Honolulu by Aaron Marcus, an American designer pioneer in interface design, he will work on a video with no words but only pictograms to explain interdependencies of the world. Ota will explore data visualization with this video. Later, he will explore the same format in 3D with outstanding rendering at the time for the United Nations University. I don't have any time today to talk about all the projects like pictogram design, a major book of at the time, which condenses all the knowledge he had gathered about the subject of pictogram design. Now the mini project he worked on during his career, 20 design awards he received, poster, logo, books, standard, and so on. At the end of his career, and with the rise of internet and mobile phone, he will start to work on low-cost digitalization. With the help of his friend Aaron Marcus and an Australian writer, Cecilia Macaulay, he will republish his low-cost book for the first time in English through Amazon. Retired from Tama University, he continued giving lectures about his life and started writing a Japanese blog to continue sharing his knowledge in pictogram design. So why digitalization? Ota wanted to work with other people on this project. He worked on standardization during all his life for GIS or ISO standards, but wanted to make pictogram design accessible for everyone. Ota tried the best to diffuse his work during all his career. The internet didn't exist, however. The main problem now is that the only source available for learning low-cost is an ebook on Amazon in Japanese and English, and it's not that accessible. Around 2005, Ota and Marcus worked together on the first digitalization of low-cost, from interfaces to type the characters to interfaces to display it. Aaron Marcus and associate will publish a small website to discover and learn low-cost. They envision using low-cost as a shortcut writing on mobile phone. The main problem at this time was technical capabilities of the storage, which stopped the project. 2 years ago, I took the challenge of making low-cost accessible again. I wanted to create a place to get people rediscovering this unique vision of the world. It would be a shame if it disappears. So I first vectorize every symbol as accurately as I can and make them pixel perfect on a grid. At this time, I didn't have contact with Ota. I didn't even know if he was still alive. So I contacted him to present my project before publishing anything without his approval. After several attempts, he replied to me, "Loïc-san, your project is great, but your grid is wrong." I understood that every shape was built on the grid and the patterns behind, but the construction rules were not explained anywhere. So he sent me documentation to explain how he did his first book in 1972. He first drew each symbol by hand. He cut precise black paper elements to combine them and to create symbols on the grid. And then took pictures to do phototype settings. Ota is 84 years old and needs magnificent glasses to read anything on a computer. What is impressive is that he can still recognize at a glance the work he did 50 years ago. So my next goal is to refine all the symbols I've made, but the first attempt helped me at least to open the discussion and prototype with it. So how does locus works? Every symbol of locus is composed of 18 basic shapes and a dot. Those shapes are important to remember as they are the key to pronouncing the symbols. Some of those shapes are also basic symbols of locus with a strong meaning attached to each of them. For example, each heart-shaped symbol is related to an emotion. Each open circle is related to a person, and so on. The open circle is a person. The orientation is important, as if you rotate it, you will have different meanings. If we combine a dot in the center, which means to exist, it will mean me. A dot outside, it will mean someone else. If I put two dots on the top, which is a plural of a symbol, it means we, us. If I change the dot for a question mark, it will transform the meaning into how many people. I can combine some other symbols to create more words. This is an efficient process. Sentences in locus are read from left to right. To create a verb, you only have to link the subject to an object with a line. Here we can read I see. A crossed line means negatives, I can't see. If I put a dot on the right of the line, I conjugated the action to the future, I will see. On the left, it is the past, I saw. I can express different tense with special combination. With an arrow from left to right, I will make somebody to do something. From right to left, I will create the passive voice. You can express possibility, advice, orders with simple combination. Of course, we can do complex sentences with locus, and it is still really easy to read if displayed in a smaller size, of course. I don't have time to do a complete course about locus, and there are more than 800 symbols and combinations to discover. But I don't have to, because I will now show you a platform to learn by yourself. This platform is accessible online, responsive on phone and computers. It has multilingual capabilities, so you can easily implement new translation. The first section is dedicated to learning locus. I wrote new course based on the Ota's book. Here you will learn everything from the symbols to sentence construction to pronunciation. The second section is a dictionary to search a term or a symbol. In this section, you can scroll through a symbol list. If you click on it, you have the description of the symbol, its composure. Attached to the definition, I also added keywords, because when you search a word, sometimes you don't know what you search. In the future version, I will add the pronunciation and also tools to explore the corpus, like this map, to show the relation and the potential combination of each symbols. I've started to make a word processor to play with locus. While the language is really easy to write with a pen, or can rewrite with locus on a computer. In order to explore this part, I have started to build a simple interface to do so. So what's next? While it's fun to play with locus, the word processor is only at the beginning. You need to search or scroll to find each glyph, click on it. It's not efficient. With that in mind, my current goal is to explore a compact layout keyboard and try to access as many symbols as I can with key combination. It's not a render. I have it right there. I'm not sure if this new design is good. It's a good one, but you have to try it out to make progress. I've also finished another tool I wanted to show you today. Accessibility is key if you want people to use a language. But I also wanted people to make logos. I draw all the symbols on Adobe Illustrator, but not everyone in the world has access to this tool. And since I have to refine all of them, I made a tool to draw new symbols following the rules OTA put in place 50 years ago with his grid size and his black papers. So you can combine vectorized geometric shapes, visuals, the rendering in different ways, different sizes, and download a SVG file on the click directly on your web browser. The first beta version of the platform was launched at the end of last September. Many things need polishing and more content will arrive soon on the tutorial and the dictionary section. Right now, the tutorial is available in English and French, and the dictionary is available in English, French, and Japanese. The new keyboard will be available at the beginning of this year. I also plan to write articles to document the story of Yuki Ota and Locos. Last October, after a year of email exchange, I went to Japan to meet Ota in person. There, I had the privilege to have access to his personal archives at home and have his commentary on it. Seeing this goldmine of information, I bought a portable scanner there to try to bring back as much as I could. I now have 200 documents on my computer, and it's only 10% of his archive. Finally, the Symbol Maker tool will be accessible next week in the resource section. Once the database and the symbol are refined, they will also be available for free to download and open source. No gatekeeping here. So please don't scrap the data yet. It will be counterproductive. This web platform is just a starting point. Ota and Marcus set those goals 15 years ago, and they are still up to date now. Yuki Ota said it on his book, it is still an experiment. I wanted to release this project as soon as possible because I wanted him to see that people are still interested in his wonderful creation. Unfortunately, Ota had an accident 2 years ago and spent many days at the hospital. And now he is really sick and tired with new health issues. Locos is not complete. Technological objects from the past 60 years are not integrated. Many things like animals could be designed differently, like those one he thought, and not integrated in his book. But his proposal is solid. When I bought a copy of the first book, I was not surprised to find proposal drawn by the previous owner inside it. Maybe Locos will work, maybe it will not, but at least it's really fun to explore, and it's an important first step, I think. In order to succeed at something now, we need to create a community and a culture around this language. As Ota said at the end of his book, this work cannot be done alone, so it's up to us to continue. So now, let's rediscover Locos together. Thank you.